There is a massive threat out there that could kill the future potential of Terra Luna Classic, and there's so few people who actually know about it. I'm going to talk to you about what that is today. In order for this to make sense, we first have to talk about the 1.2% burn tax that's set to be implemented on the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem. A lot of people, including myself, as of a few days ago, was confused about what this 1.2% burn would actually be affecting. A lot of people are talking about transaction volume when they talk about the 1.2% burn. I'm sure you guys have seen lots of videos out there where they simply take this 24-hour trading volume, this $2.6 billion, and what they do is they multiply that by 1.2%. Then they take that number and they multiply that by the token price and say this is how many tokens are going to be burned per day. The amount of tokens burned from the 1.2% is not based on the transaction volume, and I'm going to explain what I mean here in just a second. To get a better understanding, we need to hop over to Terra Station and look at the governance proposals and read it a little bit more carefully. Taxes will be charged and burned for on-chain activity such as sending between wallets and smart contracts that interact with the chain. This is a small but very important distinction from volume or buy and selling. This means if I send my buddy some tokens, it's going to charge me a 1.2% tax on that transaction. As well, this piece about smart contracts, I believe that this would mean staking. So when you go to stake your tokens and unstake your tokens, this could actually be considered a tax, 1.2% tax for doing those transactions. If you guys know for sure, let me know in the comments down below about that, but that's my suspicion here. This is also important if we go back over to CoinGecko and we look at volume numbers for these different trading pairs. You'll see that a lot of these places where you could actually buy and sell Terra Luna Classic is centralized exchanges, not DEXs. If you are buying and selling on a DEX, it's actually transferring out of your wallet into another wallet and then from someone else's wallet into your wallet. So that would be an on-chain transaction that would potentially be taxed at 1.2% through a DEX. However, a lot of these places that have the vast majority of volume are centralized exchanges. Now, this is important because they don't actually do chain transactions. What they do is they essentially say, we have a big pie of this many tokens for Terra Luna Classic. We have a pie for USDT. We have a pie for BUSD. And so what happens is you go to sell your Terra Luna Classic and they say, hey, you no longer have a piece of the pie of Terra Luna Classic, this allocation from this large sum that we hold. And now we're going to give you in our software an allocation of, let's say, the USDT pool. And so what these wallets do is they essentially operate as giant pools of money, where it's not actually being sent back and forth. It's through their backend software that they're allocating who owns how many of each of these different tokens. So as we look at all these exchanges, Binance, KuCoin, Gate.io, again, Binance, Huobi, Kraken, MEXC, a lot of these big exchanges, they're actually transacting on their software side, not on the blockchain. If you take a look at this tweet by Crypto King, it's going to make a lot more sense as to why this is important to highlight. In Binance's announcement about implementing the Terra Luna Classic burn, they said the important things here. Once the tax burn is live, deposits and withdrawals will be affected in the following manner. Deposits, withdrawals. Again, this is only money going from that Binance wallet out to another wallet, so a chain transaction, or money coming from another wallet onto a Binance wallet. Again, another chain transaction. This does not occur on Binance's platform where people are buying and selling Terra Luna Classic. It's only when you move it on or off of your Binance wallet. Even getting a response from Binance customer support saying, hi, we introduced a 1.2% tax for on-chain transactions exactly in accordance to proposal, which is correct. It is only trying to do on-chain transactions. And they even talk about here how they do settle most transactions off the chain and it makes it difficult for the tax to be levied. Now, this definitely would be possible for them to do, as a lot of exchanges do have a transaction fee, a very small percentage that goes back to them. And what the software will do is keep it in the big pool wallet, but it'll reallocate it over to the Binance company section. So hopefully this is making sense, but just to really highlight this for you guys, a lot of this volume number that is occurring is happening on these centralized exchanges, which means that this volume number is not going to be taxed by a lot of exchanges. Hopefully this helps you guys understand why it's so important for us to go out there and advocate for places like Binance to actually implement the 1.2% tax, not only on their on-chain transactions, but also the off-chain transactions that they settle on inside their platform. Now that you guys understand how this 1.2% tax is actually going to work, you need to understand how much this could actually impact the total supply. If you guys want to learn the truth behind how many tokens could actually be burned from the 1.2%, be sure to check out this video up here where I also provide a tool where you can change the numbers according to what you think things are going to look like.